again, I am creating this on the spot. There is no intention, and I do want to be a big advocate of learning to be an artist with your food. We're going to go with some coriander seeds. I did do some research on the internet. I was curious about some nopal cactus that I came around from a farmer. I'd never consumed it in my life. I've always lived around Mexican culture, and strangely enough, I'd never gotten into it, and that is a big staple in the poor parts of Mexico. So what I did learn when I was, I just happened to come on a website that had a lot of really, lots and lots of nutrient information, and I was like, oh, I need to check out other stuff. And so what I found out was spices. And I know like Hare Krishnas, 80-10-10 people, and all these are big advocates of like not eating a lot of spices. I want to tell you what I learned about spices is they are super nutrient dense with things like unusual minerals. Some of them are high in copper, and just I'm not going to quote anything. I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm not a person who regurgitates information. I just do what I do, and then I tell you what I do, and it's all right brain. So once I learn the information, all the shit I don't need goes away, and I just do my thing. So do the research yourself. I'm putting a handful of thyme in here. I feel like I'm maybe going for like a maybe Vietnamese style sort of dressing with doing some unusual combinations that people wouldn't know about or do typically. And in here also is going to go some my usual, one of my favorite spice herbs is some dill. That's going in there. You know, and I did put the ginger in there, so also I'm going to go with a little bit of a galangal root powder. And I can't get this at an Asian market, so I'm going to just put, you know, just a little sprinkle of that in there, just to make the whole flavor thing go wider and bigger. And so in some of my other videos I was talking about that I was eating more simpler, but also I realized the truth of some of these cultures like India and Thailand and stuff like that. They have these insanely spicy dishes, and by spice I mean layers and layers of like spices and stuff. And again, there's a truth in that. You need to like open your mind up to that things can be over the top with flavors because they're basically fucking nutrient dense, you know. And I invite you, go and look at spices and see how rich they are in things that are very hard to get. Copper was the one that I noticed a lot of, zinc and other kinds of stuff. So turmeric, high important medicinal value. We're going to go with that. Some of this in here. Totally tasteless, so you can't really overdo it. And plus it makes your stuff nice and yellow. I think we're probably going to call that quits for the dressing. That's all I'm doing at this point is just creating a dressing that I'm going to be using. So we're going to put some water in there, and then of course I'm not done. We're going to do some organic shoyu in there. About that much is probably maybe 1/8 of a cup or something like that. Gonna go with a handful of walnuts in here, although tree nuts are high in omega-6 fats. Not necessarily such a good thing in the case of walnuts. Good for the brain. So just a little bit of that. And I have been buying my nuts lately at nuts.com. Really a few good deals. And between my nuts and seeds, lately I've been getting them from Living Tree, who are cheaper on some things. And of course the quality of Living Tree is super high. So I got my sunflower seeds from nuts.com. Best deal that I've seen, actually. Excellent. My cameraman's like way ahead of me. So we're just going to put seeds in here to get this to thicken up a bit. Looks to me like I'm doing somewhere in the neighborhood of about quarter cup or so. I might add more if it's not thick enough for my liking. Gonna balance, I've already balanced the omega-6 with the coconut butter that's in there. I'm gonna balance it a little more with my last little bit of black chia seeds. And I do get my black chia seeds, or maybe these are just chia seeds, I don't know if there's black or not. I'm putting the rest of those in there. Let me see, what else do I need in here? This is pretty much like ready to go. So I'm gonna blend this up.
I've been getting really good results from this new way that I'm eating. I'm really way more into the sprouting thing than I ever have been since I first started on the walking diet. Since I don't know if you heard that, but I haven't sprouted like I am right now, and I've got trays of wheatgrass out in my front yard. I'm really taking my old stuff, the Hippocrates stuff, which again, I want to tell you all, you can't sell sprouted food and wheatgrass, and a lot of the people that you listen to do not emphasize the importance of sprouts and all this true live food as opposed to raw food. Giving this a little taste test, and it's what I'm looking for sure. So next comes the sort of faux thing that I do. A good bowl. I'm going to get myself going with a label. So I have my screaming hot like broth right here. Oh, are you going to put them on there? Mm-hmm. Okay. You saw my new partner there. If I would have known that my cameraman was going to show him, I would have shown you him eating liver with me. So this is my hot broth, and again, this is sort of a bit of a idea with pho. I'm not going to put any. There's tongue in there. There's bones in there. There's like limes in there. All kinds of stuff. This little bit of stuff is like blood I poured into there from the liver. And so anyways, so in my world of sprouts, one of my favorites is mung beans. I'm going to talk more about sprouts. I'm not going to go off on sprouts. These keep well for a long time in the refrigerator. Okay, yeah, I have like unlimited upload time now. So my cameraman, who's used to me in the day of me having shorter time, I have max upload time now. So I'm gonna take a big ass handful of mung beans and just drop that right into the hot broth. Fuck. So I might do more of the faux. The hot is already gone because they were like really cold. So some oyster mushrooms. You know, that's like a stock. So I'm just gonna basically get all that going in there. Nopal mushroom, or Nopal cactus. I do not like sardines. I do not like it in with anything.
but I like it by itself. So while I'm sitting here doing this, I'm gonna munch out on a bit of Nepal. Good stuff. I like it by itself, but fucking hate it with anything else by itself. So, and by the way, on Nepal cactus, I'll probably do something on this. Super, super low in macronutrients, super, super, super high in phytonutrients. Almost to the quality of being a superfood. So, there's a Nepal. I think it tastes better raw. Oh, well, I'm actually over-speaking because I don't really, I've never had it cooked. This stuff here that I'm trimming away, this is purslane. This is the highest, or this is like really the only well-rounded fat food that is a plant source with all your omega-3 issues and all that kind of stuff. So this is all gonna go in here. And I'm gonna call this bowl good. Gonna get all that nice and mixed up in there. I'm gonna add a bit of soy sauce in that. I'm going to give it a little taste, and it's not really a true faux. I just use the warm stuff in there to get all that lovely stuff in there. And that's not, I want a little more spicy. We're going to put some jalapeno pepper in there. Okay, there we go with that. So, and that's definitely where I want it. Now that's warm enough to where this is a raw thing to me. This has come down in temperature to where I'm going to go ahead and stick a bit of my dressing on there to make it all the more well-rounded. Of course, this is way out of typical standard faux territory, and as you should know with me, I don't follow any recipes whatsoever. I just do my thing. In my mind, it is so insanely stupidly left-brained to sit there and try to fucking mimic food with raw food like burgers and burritos and all that shit. You just throw food together. So in the dehydrator here, I have what is called buckwheaties. These are sprouted buckwheats that have been dehydrated, and so this just adds a nice little lovely gourmet flavor dimension to that, like kind of croutons, if you will. We have a few like dehydrated, like nice little tomato slices that are some good garnishes, and some dehydrated onions that we're going to get in here. And I'm going to gobble down on this. I already know this is good because I liked it before. And that is the shit. And if you love chips, slice up tomatoes, throw them in your dehydrator. Good stuff, so I'm going to gobble this down.